From the moment Elvis Presley met Colonel Tom Parker, a shrewd and enigmatic manager, their destinies became inseparably linked. Parker recognized the raw talent and electric charisma that Elvis possessed, swiftly positioning himself as the guiding force behind the young artist's meteoric rise to fame. But beneath the surface of this legendary partnership lay a complex dynamic of control and influence. In the shadows, Parker orchestrated every move, pulling the strings that dictated not just Elvis's career choices, but also aspects of his personal life. Get ready to uncover the astonishing extent of Colonel Parker's hold over the king of rock and roll. Shocking truths that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about this iconic duo. Number 6. The early years. From the moment Elvis Presley crossed paths with Colonel Tom Parker, a shrewd and enigmatic manager, their destinies became inseparably linked. Parker, a seasoned promoter with a mysterious past, immediately recognized the raw talent and electric charisma that Elvis possessed. He swiftly positioned himself as the guiding force behind the young artist's career, orchestrating a plan to catapult Elvis from a regional sensation to a national phenomenon. Under Parker's direction, Elvis's meteoric rise to fame seemed almost inevitable. As Elvis's star ascended, Colonel Parker's influence grew proportionally. He meticulously managed every aspect of Elvis's professional life, from his groundbreaking television appearances to his record-breaking concert tours. Parker wasn't just advising on major decisions, he was controlling them. He crafted Elvis's public image with precision, ensuring that every song released, every movie role accepted, and every interview given aligned with a carefully constructed persona. Behind the scenes, Parker's word was law, and deviating from his plan was not an option. But beneath the glittering surface of this legendary partnership lay a complex and often troubling dynamic of control and manipulation. Parker's reach extended beyond business decisions, seeping into the personal realms of Elvis's life. Financial choices, personal relationships, and even aspects of his daily routine fell under Parker's purview. As we delve deeper into their intertwined stories, get ready to uncover the astonishing extent of Colonel Parker's hold over the king of rock and roll. Shocking truths that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about this iconic duo. Number 5. Control over Elvis's career decisions. Colonel Parker's tight grip on Elvis's career was perhaps most evident in the movies Elvis made during the 1960s. Parker insisted on a steady stream of formulaic musical comedies that, while initially successful at the box office, soon became repetitive and critically panned. These films often followed a predictable pattern, Elvis playing a charming, singing protagonist surrounded by beautiful women and lighthearted plots. While this formula kept profits rolling in, it severely limited Elvis's potential to evolve as an actor and explore more challenging roles. Parker believed that sticking to this tried-and-true approach was the safest financial bet, but it came at the cost of Elvis's artistic growth and credibility in Hollywood. Opportunities for more substantial and prestigious film roles were reportedly presented to Elvis, but Parker turned many of them down. Notably, there are accounts that Elvis was considered for a leading role in the critically acclaimed West Side Story, which could have showcased his acting abilities on a grand scale. However, Parker declined such offers, allegedly due to concerns over losing control and the potential demands of working with major studios and directors who might challenge his authority. By refusing these opportunities, Parker kept Elvis confined to a narrow path, preventing him from taking on roles that could have redefined his career and expanded his audience. Parker's influence extended beyond just film choices. He meticulously dictated Elvis's public image and career direction. He crafted a persona that was marketable and non-controversial, steering Elvis away from projects that didn't align with this vision. Parker managed everything from Elvis's music releases to his appearances, ensuring that each decision served to enhance the brand he had built around the king of rock and roll. This level of control meant that Elvis had little say in his own career trajectory, with Parker making decisions that prioritized immediate financial gain over long-term artistic fulfillment. The Colonel's tight reins not only shaped how the world saw Elvis, but also limited how Elvis could express himself as an artist. Number 4. Financial control. One of the most startling aspects of Colonel Parker's relationship with Elvis was the controversial contract that granted Parker a staggering 50% of Elvis's earnings, a percentage virtually unheard of in the entertainment industry. Traditionally, managers would receive a commission of around 10% to 15%, but Parker negotiated terms that significantly tipped the scales in his favor. This disproportionate arrangement meant that half of everything Elvis earned, from record sales and concert revenues to movie deals and merchandise, went directly to Parker. Such an imbalance not only raised eyebrows, but also sparked debates about the fairness and ethics of Parker's management practices. As Elvis continued to generate immense wealth, many assumed he was enjoying the full fruits of his labor. However, behind the scenes, some accounts suggest that Parker's tight control over finances may have contributed to financial strain for Elvis. While Parker secured his own financial future, Elvis reportedly faced mounting expenses and tax obligations that were challenging to manage. Critics argue that Parker's focus on immediate profit over long-term financial planning may have led to missed opportunities and financial missteps, affecting Elvis's overall financial well-being. This situation not only impacted Elvis's lifestyle, but also added to the pressures he faced in his personal and professional life. Perhaps even more concerning were instances where Parker is said to have made significant business decisions without Elvis's full knowledge or consent. There are reports of deals being struck, contracts signed, and commitments made, all orchestrated by Parker operating independently. For example, negotiations involving merchandising rights and licensing agreements sometimes proceeded with minimal input from Elvis, potentially benefiting Parker more than the artist himself. Such actions suggest a dynamic where Elvis's autonomy was limited, highlighting the extraordinary extent of Parker's control and prompting questions about the true nature of their partnership. Number 3. The Vegas years. Colonel Parker's strategic decision to have Elvis headline in Las Vegas marked a significant turning point in the King's career. Initially, the glitz and glamour of the Vegas stage offered Elvis a grand platform to reconnect with live audiences after years spent in Hollywood. However, Parker's relentless push for extended residencies led to a grueling performance schedule. Night after night, sometimes twice an evening, Elvis was expected to deliver electrifying shows with unwavering energy. This intense pace began to take a serious toll on his physical health and mental well-being, exacerbating his reliance on prescription medications to cope with exhaustion and stress. While Elvis was pouring his heart into each performance, the financial rewards of the Vegas engagements flowed steadily, particularly into Colonel Parker's pockets. The lucrative deals Parker negotiated were immensely beneficial to him, thanks in part to his substantial managerial cut. The steady income from sold-out shows, merchandise, and exclusive contracts ensured Parker's financial security, but often at the expense of Elvis's health and artistic freedom. The demanding schedule left little room for rest or creative exploration, effectively chaining Elvis to the stage while Parker reaped the benefits. Perhaps even more impactful was Parker's role in preventing Elvis from touring internationally, a move that could have expanded his global influence and rejuvenated his passion for performing. Despite massive international demand, Parker consistently declined offers for overseas concerts. Various theories suggest that Parker's own undocumented status and lack of a U.S. passport made him reluctant to leave the country, fearing potential legal complications upon re-entry. By keeping Elvis confined to domestic venues, especially the Vegas circuit, Parker not only limited Elvis's artistic reach, but also deprived countless fans worldwide of experiencing his legendary live performances. This decision further solidified Parker's control, ensuring that all aspects of Elvis's career remained firmly under his management within the United States. Number 2. Elvis's attempts to break free. As the years passed, Elvis began to peel back the layers of his relationship with Colonel Parker, slowly uncovering the extent of the control exerted over his life. The turning point came when he noticed that significant decisions were being made without his input. Film roles declined, tours scheduled, and contracts signed. Friends and close associates recall how Elvis would express frustration, realizing that his own desires and artistic ambitions were often overshadowed by Parker's strategic maneuvers. The realization that he was more a puppet than a partner in his own career sparked a deep sense of unrest within the king of rock and roll. Determined to reclaim his autonomy, Elvis started to explore ways to break free from Parker's tight grip. In whispers and secret meetings, he sought advice from trusted friends and industry insiders about potential new directions for his career. There were hushed conversations about finding new management, taking on more serious acting roles, and experimenting with different musical styles. Elvis even contemplated international tours, eager to connect with his global fan base in a way he hadn't before. These attempts were cautious and discreet. He knew that any hint of rebellion could provoke a strong reaction from Parker, who was known for swiftly quashing any threats to his control. The internal battle took a heavy toll on Elvis's emotional well-being. The weight of feeling trapped in a gilded cage led him to seek solace in prescription drugs, a dependency that would become increasingly problematic. The pills offered a temporary escape from his mounting frustrations and the relentless demands placed upon him. Those close to Elvis observed a growing melancholy and fatigue, signs that the pressures of his career and his struggles against Parker's dominance were wearing him down. This period marked a poignant and troubling chapter in Elvis's life, as he grappled with the shadows cast by his own success and the man who held the keys to his kingdom. Number 1. Colonel Parker's final hold on Elvis. Until Elvis Presley's final days, Colonel Tom Parker remained the unyielding force controlling every aspect of his career. Even as Elvis's health declined and his personal struggles intensified, Parker continued to book demanding tours and performances, pushing the star to meet relentless schedules. Friends and band members observed that Elvis often seemed exhausted and in need of rest, but Parker's focus on fulfilling contracts and generating revenue left little room for recovery. The Colonel's grip was so tight that Elvis found it nearly impossible to alter the course of his own career, performing on stages when he perhaps should have been recuperating. After Elvis's untimely death in 1977, many expected Colonel Parker to step back, but the reality was quite the opposite. Shocking revelations emerged about how swiftly Parker moved to secure his financial interests related to Elvis's legacy. He negotiated deals for merchandise, recordings, and licensing agreements that significantly benefited him, sometimes raising questions about the fairness and ethics of his actions. Legal disputes began to surface as the Presley family and estate scrutinized Parker's management practices, suspecting that he may have profited disproportionately from Elvis's work even after his passing. Parker's influence extended into the Presley estate, becoming a point of contention with Elvis's family. They discovered that Parker maintained control over significant aspects of Elvis's posthumous career, which limited the family's ability to manage his legacy as they saw fit. Legal battles ensued as the estate sought to reclaim rights and earnings they believed were unjustly held by Parker. It wasn't until years later that the Presley estate managed to disentangle itself from Parker's hold, allowing them to fully honor Elvis's memory and regain control over his artistic and financial legacy. In the end, Colonel Parker's extensive control over Elvis Presley touched nearly every aspect of the legendary artist's life and career. From shaping his film roles and musical direction to managing his finances and personal decisions, Parker's influence was both profound and, some might argue, restrictive. It's intriguing to ponder how different Elvis's journey might have been without such tight reins, perhaps exploring more diverse film projects, touring internationally, or innovating further musically. We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Elvis could have broken free from Colonel Parker's grip? And how might that have changed the course of music history?